This is the Midnight Movie Club. I'm Joe Narciso.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm Samantha Narciso.
I'm Pat McDonald.
Hi. So my dad is gone this week. Well, he isn't gone, but he's getting shoulder surgery. Hooray!
Who's out of action?
Yeah, so it's just Pat and me.
Hey.
So today we saw Star Trek Beyond, not Into Darkness, Beyond.
Yep.
How'd you feel about it?
I actually really liked it. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was definitely the best one since the first new Star Trek, so the first reboot. There was... The tension just kept going the whole movie. It wasn't simply an action film. It was also plenty of, just build up, tense moments, great performances all around. The villain, really gave you a sense of dread.
Yep.
I mean, masterfully played by Idris Elba, mind you. Yes. So, I absolutely loved this movie. It was fantastic.
So I really like these movies. I don't know much about Star Trek other than these movies, but loved the first one. The second one, I was kind of like Benedict Cumberbatch, like, you're letting me down. But this one was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
The entire time, Star Trek does this thing, though, and I think that they do it with all their villains, that they don't explain the actual motivation of their villain until 5 minutes before the film ends.
No.
Which is just frustrating for me because, as somebody that loves action movies, I like to know at least why the villain's doing this, as opposed to just watching, an entire film and then being like, oh, now I understand. There was a part in it where they kept rewinding, and, this is just minor, but, a minor character from my favorite TV show, Sense8, was in it, so, that was just, I had to put that out there, because I was really excited about it. It was very painful seeing Anton in it, but they dedicated the film to him. So it was in memory of Leonard Nimoy and then for Anton. So that was depressing. I don't know, what else do I have to say? Oh, one of my friends has a personal vendetta against, Spock, who is... No, but it's not Spock.
Zachary Quinto, the actor?
Zeth, yes.
There we go.
My best friend has a personal vendetta against Zachary Quinto because he dated Jonathan Groff and then broke up with him. It's a long story, but anywho, so I always go into things like not liking Zachary Quinto, but I loved him in this, so it was just great.
Bringing that up kind of actually reminds me that the humor in this movie was actually very spot on. Probably helped a lot by the fact that Simon Pegg was one of the co-writers. So it was very well written, a lot of great jokes. I think one of the controversies going into this was the fact that Ihara Sulu became a... Is that his first name? Yeah. That they made him a homosexual in this movie. I thought it was handled very well. I mean, I do understand some of the backlash, especially coming from George Takei, of all people, in that, he is the same Sulu technically from the original story, even though the timeline is different. Whoa, mind blown. So it would kind of almost not make sense for him to be straight in the originals and gay now in the new versions. Well, that was handled very well. It was very added emotional depth for his motivation for his character. That was really fantastic.
Yeah, there's a part in it where Sulu, they're all racing back to go save the city, and Sulu's family's there, his daughter and his husband, and you can tell that's why Sulu's trying his hardest to get back. And I think on that note also, I think it was in the first one when Ambassador Spock was talking to Spock, and he was young Spock, and he said, "Ooh, hello."
Hello. How you doing?
And he was saying what you do is your own actions, it's not about me, and so I think they are separate enough that for me I wasn't upset about it, and I think George Takei's correct in the sense that it would have been great if they just brought in a character and he was gay from the beginning and gay until the end. But I think that it's great that they had somebody who was actually a member of, the core group was gay. And it was an Asian man who, that's huge representation. So I was yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess at this point we can kind of wrap it up. Letter grade, what do you think?
I'm going to give it an A because Anton was phenomenal and it was a great way to send him off. And obviously they didn't know it is heartbreaking, but A, it was fun, great film. I had a good time.
Yeah. I think I, too, am going to actually go with an A this week. It was tremendous. I don't know how much the Trekkies are going to like it, because it's more action, in some ways more action-oriented, whereas the show was more about, peace and William Shatner getting it on with aliens. So it wasn't as much as that,
Ooh! Wait. 1 point, Idris Elba's eye makeup just kept going like this and like slowly like sinking down on one side of his face, and I'm not sure if it was like a choice, but it just distracted me for like half of the film. I'm sorry. It was just like and I was like, okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. I just had to put that out there. But anyways.
Still an A. So
yeah.
Alright, so I guess this wraps up episode 2 of the Midnight Movie Club.
Dopes.
We'll see you next week for Jason Bourne.
I've only seen one Jason Bourne.
Well, you're gonna have to marathon him. I have him on Blu-ray. I can give him to you.
Thank you. Yeah. Bye.